7 girls sit on the hardwood floor of their master bedroom in their student house. The year is 2013. The room is dimly lit, cold and still. A piece of cardboard rests between them. 3 girls press their fingers lightly on an upside-down shot glass. The candle flickers. The air feels heavier than before. Suddenly, the glass begins to move. They all look at each other. No one's laughing. This was just the beginning.
Welcome to Ghosts in the Group Chat, where we say it's probably nothing,
But we definitely heard it too.
I'm Alicia, and I am not awkward.
I'm Miranda, and I'm also definitely not awkward.
There will be no millennial cringe.
Absolutely none. Not a single millennial pause.
Today, we're diving into the personal stories that started it all. Our very first paranormal experiences, where curiosity, caution, and cardboard came together.
Spoiler alert, things went very wrong very quickly.
So, let's go into our first story.
University is supposed to be fun, right? Freedom, parties, new friends, but when you accidentally invite the wrong kind of company and they refuse to leave, it gets a little less fun.
We were 17 and 18, fresh out of high school, 8 students living in one home, most of us from small, quiet towns. Our idea of fun was driving around aimlessly listening to music.
And then Alicia got creative.
Listen, it was a pizza box and a shot glass. It was resourceful. I made our very first Ouija board. Per university regulations, obviously. We gathered in my giant bedroom, affectionately called the lair.
The lair was made up of her bedroom and her closet and her bathroom. And her closet was my bedroom. So I emerged from her closet like a ghost, refusing to participate, and planted myself as the official watcher. Paranormal stuff has always creeped me out, and it still does.
We lit a couple of candles for ambiance. 3 of the girls placed their fingers on the planchette, aka shot glass, and we started asking simple questions.
For the purposes of this story, we will refer to our roommates as their initials. Elle suddenly jumps back. She's shaking, swears someone touched her knee, but there was no one close to her. She wasn't touching anything. She leaves the room crying and says that she can't stay.
So 2 girls keep going. I ask, "Are you good or bad?" Long pause. Then the glass scrapes across the cardboard and lands on the moon.
That meant bad.
We ask, "Are you the only bad energy here?" No response. The shot glass doesn't move, so we force it to goodbye.
We bolt to the smallest bedroom in the house to debrief. My friend who was over realizes she forgot her sweater in the lair and doesn't want to go alone, so I go with her.
And that's when things get so much worse.
We walk into the room and it's freezing, like meat locker cold. We look down and the planchette had moved.
It moved from goodbye to no.
I booked it out of there, tripped over the stairs, sprinted across the house, and this was just the beginning.
Okay,
but who actually thought it was a good idea to make a Ouija board?
Well, I guess that was me.
Yeah.
And why did I make that?
Why did you make that? I know you think that you're a visionary or an artiste, but...
Yeah, so I think the main reason is that I was probably procrastinating from doing schoolwork or, studying. And I've always been kind of curious about the supernatural. I'm skeptical. I try to explain it away. So, for instance, if I heard a noise, I would not think that it was a ghost or even an intruder. I would be like extremely naive.
You'd be
and,
logical.
Like, logical, but also like too carefree in that sense, you know?
Or too afraid to acknowledge any truth.
For sure. But like, yeah.
My initial thought is if I hear anything, I immediately am like, this is a supernatural experience that I am about to encounter.
Yeah.
And then maybe I can convince myself, oh no, it's just a human.
Yeah. Or like something was balancing and fell.
No, I don't think I've ever thought of that at any point in my life.
Do you think that's possible?
Is it possible for things to balance and then fall? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I think that ever? No. If I hear sound, no. Because
it's
why is it
worst case?
Well, immediately, why is something balancing randomly at a spot and then falling?
It happens all the time.
Like what? Why are you putting
when
things...
you are like just like doing things that you're like, this, I shouldn't be doing this. Like if my glass is like balancing on an armrest.
Sure.
And I'm like, this is a bad idea, and I do it anyways.
Okay. Sure.
Something happens.
Yeah, you're speaking like this is a universal experience.
This happens all the time
you
to
are
all of us.
Often doing things that you should not be doing. Like making Ouija boards.
Yes. That proved to be a bad idea.
You were really asking for this energy to come in.
I'm sorry. I guess it's all my fault.
I mean, I forgive you because it led to this discussion. But
Yeah.
should we talk about the second time when things actually seemed a bit more personal?
Yes.
Okay.
So the second time that we used the Ouija board, we asked it a few, I guess, kind of questions that would help prove legitimacy or not, I guess.
Yeah, and not commonly known or even shared between our group.
So it was almost like testing, like, does this spirit or whoever's communicating with us, do they have knowledge that others might not?
Yeah.
So like we can rule out that one of the people holding the planchette is controlling it and,
Right.
and making up and like fucking with us, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, interfering, because that was my thought the entire time, because I had never touched it. I always witnessed, and I thought it was just because I was a baby. Like I really just thought everybody was trying to play a joke on me and mess with me.
You were like the object of like
Your desires.
sorry, no. Okay. Cut that.
Cut that.
Okay.
Have you ever seen... Sorry. But have you ever listened to the podcast with the guys from It's Always Sunny?
No.
Okay. It's Rob, Charlie, and Glenn. Mm-hmm. And you should listen to it, because there's one of their episodes where they say something and it's like kind of fucked. And Glenn goes, cut that. And it's so fucking funny. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, I really just thought everybody was pranking me.
Which is ironic, because I, the person who made the Ouija board
And controlled the planchette. Planchette?
I don't know. I, the person who made the Ouija board and was, helping to move the planchette.
Well, not move it. You weren't really, well,
okay.
I thought you were moving it, but...
Let me reword this.
Yeah.
Actually, let's reveal the truth. Imagine.
I would
Kill me.
pass away on the spot. I would just drop like...
I would not survive.
I'm at a Coldplay concert.
Okay, so funny enough, I also thought that this was a big conspiracy against me. Like everyone was just trying to make me look stupid. They're like, oh, she created this really... I don't want to insult the Ouija board.
Sure. So what are you trying to say? Powerful? This really interesting?
I was going to say like this crappy like little pizza box.
Oh,
board.
this homemade
like
DIY. Yeah.
Not very
It wasn't official.
advanced. It wasn't advanced. It wasn't official.
Yeah.
No, it was very basic. And anyways, I too thought that this was an elaborate prank to make me look like a fool, when I in fact am the one who initiated this entire scenario where
Everything, yeah.
yeah, I made the Ouija board, and I also
I think you were participating in every single session. Like,
I
you
was.
always
I
had your
was-
fingers on.
I was very, very occupied with this.
Yeah.
And for me to think that it was like a prank against me is like totally irrational. But at the same time, I couldn't explain all of the things that had happened. And like, it was just too much to fathom.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was, I think about it regularly. Not even often, but all the time.
Like daily.
Daily, multiple times a day, absolutely. We'll get into another story after about something that I do think about multiple times a day, but this whole situation really
Has stuck with us.
it's just stuck with us, and it got so personal when we started asking questions, like you said, about the future and things we wouldn't all know about. Like when our one roommate had a particular name in mind for their future child, and we asked what that name would be because none of us knew it.
No,
and,
we had never discussed this with her.
and she hadn't participated in any of the sessions. She was too afraid. So she is sitting on the outside of the circle, just like I am, because I'd never participated in them ever. I was way too afraid. I was just always watching. Constant supervisor. And when you asked what the name of the child would be, it got the answer right. And it wasn't like a very common name.
Yeah, we had never, both
Yeah.
of us had never met anybody with
At that
name.
time, it was super uncommon.
Yeah.
And I think what hit home or felt more real about that was the fact that our roommate was watching it happen, confirmed that it was the right name, and started bawling.
That is insane.
I see it like so vividly in my head still.
And we didn't stop there. So, yeah, I was one of the people, obviously, participating in this session. And so we asked, how did this individual pass? And Miranda wasn't participating. She was just observing. And so the planchette moved to C and then to A. So my initial thought was maybe cancer, or I don't know. Then it moved to R, so car. So I'm like, oh, cardiac arrest.
And when you're holding it, you would think you would subconsciously
Right.
continue moving it around to maybe
Yes.
like an answer that would make sense to you, or you and the other people are moving it so that it makes
Exactly,
a word
like-
that makes sense, but it stopped there.
So yeah, like I have, in a little bit of research, have, read that some think that you are subconsciously moving the planchette. And if that were the case, I feel like we would have,
Kept going.
or yeah, like used a word that of what I in my mind had assumed. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm not just going to make something up.
Yeah.
that I would never have thought. So
Yeah. So nobody should have known that. So that was
So
That was
yeah,
wild.
it said car accident, which was pretty wild because
Yeah.
that was accurate.
yeah, and it felt like there were too many things that were being known. Like something was watching us at all times in all of our lives. Like there was no question that couldn't be answered. It was scary.
For anyone who was skeptic, it definitely helped to like prove that it was legitimate because no one could have made this up.
Yeah. But I think what's even scarier is 447.
Yeah, let's get into the story.
Okay.
Though this was probably the most unsettling thing that has ever happened to us.
In that house. Like, I think there are things that have happened in other situations,
true.
but in the house, I think that was the most significant situation and the most amount of people were impacted at the same time.
Okay, so Miranda, myself, and a friend with the initial S were all sleeping in my bed. So Miranda and I were on the outside and S was on the center of the bed. And at exactly 4:47, Miranda and I both woke up and looked like kind of towards each other, and then at S, who is still asleep, like eyes closed. And she begins to raise her arms, straight into the air.
While smiling. Sorry.
And it wasn't like a stretch. Like if you're stretching, your arms are like spread out and you're kind of like moving your joints. No, it's like she was about to begin levitating.
If we hadn't stopped her.
So Miranda and I both like say, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is happening?
Like,
right
where
now?
do you have the audacity to levitate in this bed? Like, you are a guest in this home?
Yes, that was the
and
audacity.
You're being possessed? Absolutely not. That's disgusting.
You're being possessed by this energy or spirit that I invited into this home.
Yeah.
Like, so
How dare.
rude. So rude.
She was very susceptible, though, to whatever it was. Like, I was afraid.
Yeah.
She was attached.
Earlier in the night,
she came up to me when I was laying on the couch because everyone was doing Ouija. Again, I was never involved. This is just the story of my entire life. If there was ever anything scary happening anywhere, I left.
Never a willing participant.
I was never a willing participant. If someone was watching a scary movie, I leave. Someone's doing Ouija board in the dining room, I'm over on the couch. Like, I lived there, so I couldn't go anywhere. But I just removed myself from the situation. So she's standing around the table watching everyone do Ouija. I'm laying on the couch, and then she walks back to our other roommate's room in the dark. She's there for...
She's acting sketchy. Like, she's
not herself. She's like empty. She's vacant.
She's like wandering aimlessly. Like, it was just...
Around the table.
It was unsettling.
Weird.
You know when people pace and you're like, you're making me nervous?
Yeah.
That's just what she was doing.
Yeah.
It was not... It wasn't enjoyable. Like, what are you doing?
It wasn't enjoyable. So she goes back to one of the rooms, not in the lair. In the dark, she's there maybe 15 seconds. Then she comes back and she kneels on the ground next to me. And she's like, Miranda, did you hear someone calling my name? And I was like, no. She's like, well, I heard someone calling my name from her room. So I went there, but nobody was there. And I was like, absolutely not. Get away from me. I couldn't even sympathize with her because I was like, if you are being possessed and you are being called, you need to leave.
Not around me.
Not around me. But then later sleeps in the same bed right beside me. But anyway, she heard her name being called in a different room. Oh, I can so vividly see how afraid her face was. I mean, like, did you hear my name? No. That's sick.
I'm sick to my stomach.
I feel disgusted. So, but anyway.
So she was.
So that was earlier in the night. She was the one who was raising her hands, and then across the hall, like down the hall across the house, our other two roommates are sleeping in the same bed because we had to pair up.
So in the morning,
they tell us about this experience they had, and we had already just dealt with 447 levitation. Like, we were not down for that. Night before, she heard her name in the room where this roommate comes out of to tell us a story. And our two roommates were sleeping together and shared this experience where they both woke up in the middle of the night or in the early morning and shared their dreams with each other that took place in that room with a shadow figure standing in the corner. I feel sick.
Watching them.
Yeah. Watching them trying to get the one roommate from the room, and both of them had that dream from the same perspective. And the roommate who the dream was about, she tried leaving, going to her boyfriend's house, getting a cab, and our other roommate was like, no, just stay, it'll be fine. We'll figure things out in the morning. If you still want to go, you can leave.
And I guess the point being,
they woke up at 4:47
and had the exact same haunted dream
on the same night that we. Does this sound dumb to say out loud? Because this was like the most traumatizing thing that had happened.
Like, following this experience, I didn't sleep for weeks. Weeks. Like, at nighttime, I could not sleep. I sat with the lights on in the living room. I would not face the window, and I turned the TV to ensure that I would not see any reflections.
Yeah. It was a little box TV on a stand, so you turned it right around. But I was still sleeping in the lair. Like, I was still sleeping in my closet bedroom by myself. But I was protected. Like, there was something so wrong about your room. And even saying this out loud freaks me out because we have, like, when you talk about stuff, it kind of just naturally gives off that energy. And, like, we tried recording this episode
multiple times. Even, like, I tried to do voice notes talking about this just to, like,
organize our thoughts.
Yes, organize our thoughts exactly for this episode. And numerous times we've recorded this and it's just not
failed.
Worked.
Yeah.
Like, the file won't load.
And I've heard that on other podcasts, and people are like, oh, my email didn't send. Oh, my file didn't upload.
Yeah. Just no audio. So let's hope this time it works.
Despite checking multiple times. So I still see 447 often. Like, far more often than I would like. On my way here, my gas tank was counting down how many kilometers I have left. And it was at 448. And I was like, I cannot look at my dash for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, there is no chance that I'm looking at this and happening to catch that it's 447.
No, same here. Like, if it's anywhere near that time, then I will avoid looking at a clock for as long as possible until hopefully that time is gone. And like, if I wake up at that time,
I hold my breath, I think. Like, I don't even gauge. I just freeze. It's terrifying. But
yeah, and I don't know why, like, certain people like Alan S were the ones that had the experiences, because, you know, they weren't really as involved as I was. So is it something to do with, like, being more susceptible?
Yeah, I think the place that you were in mentally, or like the phase of your life, or how open you are or sensitive to things. And also, people are just naturally more in tune. And I think for them, it was just, they were open to it. Like, you're open to it, but not really open to it.
I'm open, but, like, skeptical.
But you're skeptical because you're afraid.
Yes.
Like, think of all the things that have happened that you can't explain.
Like, yeah, how can I deny that this experience was, like, actually, like, we were communicating with something?
Yes. And
there's, like, actual proof.
Right.
Like, we literally tested. It's, like, almost like, you know, when you're, like, in a university and you're testing in a lab. I feel like we ran our test.
Yeah, I majored in English, so I had no labs, but I feel you.
Same.
Yeah.
Let's cut that.
No, that's funny.
No.
You know, in university, when you're in a lab, we're both like, yes, we are humanities. But go ahead. No, I like that because it's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, we ran our forms of tests.
Yeah.
To kind of rule out any possibility that it might just be, like, one of our friends, or I don't know, just like a collective, like,
consciousness.
No, collective effort to, like, get it moving, because we're like willing it to move.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not actually a spirit.
Right. And that was my fear always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that wasn't my fear. That's what I thought. My fear is far worse, that everything exists because I believe in everything that could possibly be ever proposed to me. Anything supernatural, paranormal.
And I personally always try to explain it away as something, like, more, like, normal.
So I do have one more story, and I don't know if you can explain this away because you were there, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, so Devil's Night 2013. We go to the Blue Ghost Tunnel. The Screaming Tunnel is the one you can drive up to and you can walk into, but the Blue Ghost Tunnel you have to hike to. So we start hiking. This is for entertainment purposes only, obviously, because we did nothing illegal. So we're hiking, get over the fence, and we are climbing up this dirt hill because we're in this little ditch. We have to go up this hill to get onto this gravel pathway. And obviously an alarm goes off at the building next door. Can't remember what the building was, but it was loud and there were lights flashing. And I obviously am running behind everyone else. I don't know what I'm doing. Just a lone wolf here at the back of the pack, crawling up this dirt, and the dirt is just crumbling below me. So I'm just like clawing at it.
And we're at the top.
And everyone's like at the top staring down on me like, can you please hurry up? There's this alarm going off. And I'm just like struggling. So eventually get up, dirt all in my fingernails all over the place. Like, what am I doing? And we continue down the gravel path, go through the woods, and there is a couple who's coming up through the woods, and it's dark out. Like we probably went at 9 p.m. So it was whatever, cold and dark. This couple's coming up with their bikes. We don't know where they came from, but they say hi, we say hi, continue going down. When we get down to the Blue Ghost Tunnel, obviously I stay outside because at no point am I actively participating in the genuinely scary thing. But you guys all go in. I think someone had a lighter. People are shining their flashlights. There's a little, almost like a window at the very end, but with bars, like it's caged in. And there's a Ouija board on the floor. Graffiti everywhere. I refuse to go in. Like, I just feel sick even looking at it. You guys didn't do anything with it, and you come out, we're leaving. And then on our way out, we have to pass underneath a bridge because it was on a separate part of the path that we didn't come through on the way here. And then underneath the bridge, there's like a couple of people waiting just underneath. We can just kind of see their silhouettes. It's just dark. And as we're getting closer, we're like, why are those people just standing there? We're wondering, maybe we're kind of looking up. Maybe there's something happening in the sky. Maybe we should be hearing something. Didn't know if there was another alarm going off. But then we get to a certain point as we're approaching them, and then they're gone. But you don't see them moving. So it's like they're there underneath the bridge as silhouettes, and then suddenly they're not. And then we all back up because we're like, that was weird. I feel so sick. We back up and the silhouettes reappear in the same position, like underneath that arch of the bridge, just dark. It's gloomy and gray behind them. The moonlight is shining down, and if you take a couple steps forward and they're gone again. So that was something, again, that I think we are inviting by just being open to things, but how do you explain that away?
Yeah, in that scenario, obviously I don't remember much.
Probably blocked it from your memory.
I think I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't explain that away.
Okay.
Like a lot of these things you can't explain away.
No.
And I'm still like, partially I was like, I don't know.
I know,
like, it's
yeah.
all coincidence.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
Obviously not. Like, obviously not.
Yeah.
Too much has happened that you can't explain.
No, definitely not. And the thing is, like, I'm just open to everything. Not in the sense that I will invite anything to me to impact me, but like I do feel protected, and we do things beforehand.
Yeah, I feel like I am by proxy protected. So thank you.
Yeah, I do. I feel very strong in my level of protection for myself, and I do like picture it extending to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But I know you can't visualize it as well. So
No, I'm just kind of oblivious. I think maybe that's my problem.
No, I don't think you're oblivious.
It's not a problem because it's
problem.
worked up until now.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's just fear.
It's fear, yeah. It's like trying to avoid. It's very avoidant, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we could maybe get into some other stuff. Like when we've had some interesting visitors at our house.
Yeah, we should say that for another episode.
Should we? Yeah. Okay.
Because I think that's like a whole
separate. Yeah.
That's a whole separate thing,
and I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Because we've had a few creepy ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, we will be here every week.
Okay, so let's wrap it up then.
Okay.
So thank you for joining us on Ghosts in the Group Chat.
We will see you next week with more spooky stories, not just ghosts.
We plan to talk about anything supernatural, from
literally anything I can think of.
Aliens,
Cryptids,
witches,
mermaids,
fairies, and then also other dark topics.
Spooky.
Like conspiracies.
Conspiracies are good.
We love. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see you then.
Okay. Stay spooky.
Bye.
Bye.